Welcome back, aliens. My name is Devin Reddy, and in this video we'll talk about T-shaped developer. Now this is actually a metaphor which is used by multiple companies now when they hire someone. So everyone is looking for a T-shaped developer. So what it means? Now when you say T-shaped, it looks something like this. Now when you say you are IT professional, so you have a skill set, right? Example, let's say if you're a developer, you are a developer, right? So you can work in a back end. Maybe you work in a front end, so you are a front end designer or front end developer. Maybe you are into operations, so that's your forte. So basically everyone is specialized or mastered in one specific technology, right? So that was development stuff. And then we got a very famous term nowadays, which is full stack developer. So you can be everything, right? So one person will be a developer. The same person can work in front end. The same person can deploy the applications on cloud. So that means operation. So you have one person doing everything, right? Now, when you say T-shaped, it's coming from I-shaped developer. So it is I-shaped. So let's say if I'm Java developer, I only work on Java. I don't even touch front end, right? So I only work on Java. So let's say if I'm working as a designer or a front end developer, my main focus is front end. I don't even touch the back end part. And maybe if you are working in operation, that's their part, okay? So the operation team don't work on development. Vice versa, developers don't focus on operations. That was I-shaped, right? So you are in one zone. But now in T-shape, what we say is, yes, you have your skill set, you are master of one, plus you are jack of all others. Example, as a developer, you know Java, that's great. But what about JavaScript? What about front-end part? That is something you should know, right? So if you know JavaScript, if you know how business works, you should know how operation works. So you are increasing your breadth in different technology and you are master, your depth in there in one technology. That's what makes you a T-shaped developer. Example, if you work in front-end, that's your I-shape, right? That's your depth. But you also know Java, you also know how cloud works, you also know how to test a software. That's your breadth. So let's say you are a developer, if you know front end, you know operation, that's your T-shape. So let's say you're a developer, you also know testing. That's what makes you a T-shaped developer. But is it really required? And why everyone is focusing on T-shaped developer now? Now think about this. Initially when you talk about software development, we are coming from waterfall, right? So in initial days, everyone was using waterfall, and in waterfall we have certain steps to follow, right? We go for requirement gathering, we go for analysis, then we implement the code, design and implement the code, and then we test the code, and then we go for implementation maintenance. And here we have a different role for different things. We have developers who will work in first three part, and then we have testers who will work on the next part, and then we have operations who will work on the next part. But the moment you say we are moving from waterfall to agile, so when you say agile, we have 6 to 8 developers, and everyone is actually a self-organized and cross-functional developer. So what it means now? So it simply means everyone should know everything. So let's say you have a team of 6 and someone is responsible for testing. What if that tester is on vacation? So your software or your development should not be at hold, right? It's not like we don't have a tester, so we can't test the software. So someone from the team should take that charge. So that's one. You should not depend upon one person. The second one is communication gap. Of course, right? So let's say if I'm a front-end developer and then we have someone back-end developer in a team. So of course there will be some communication gap because we have two different jargons to work with. Front-end developer use different terms, back-end developer use different terms. They may not understand each other. But what if both are T-shaped developer? So the front-end developer knows everything about front-end and something about back-end. And the back-end developer knows everything about back-end and knows something about front-end, so they can communicate properly. And that's why companies nowadays are looking for T-shaped developer. Now there's one more advantage. So let's say you got a new project and then you have a team of 5 where 3 are backend developers and 2 are front-end developer. But what if the project needs more front-end developer and less backend developer? So you can switch roles once you are a T-shaped developer. So that's why we are going for. So from I-shaped developer to full stack developer, right? And then now we are moving to T-shaped developer. But then that's where the issue starts. Yes, T-shaped developers are great because we have a depth and breadth as well, but some people do miss it. So as an employer, when you hire a T-shaped developer, you imagine that this person knows everything. No, you're not hiring a Rajnikant, you're hiring a developer. That's where the issue starts, because when you say you are hiring a developer and that should be a T-shape, that means they should know something about most of the things, not everything. So you can't expect T-shaped developer to know everything. Yes, they should have the attitude of learning those things. So let's say in the project, if you say, hey, we have a new business stuff here, we have a new technology. So they should be open to it. So don't expect they will be knowing it beforehand. So yes, they should have the attitude of learning. So employees are not actually getting this word T-shaped developer. Yes, they know one thing, they are master of one, and they are jack of many, not all. The second drawback from the employee side, most of the developers, they think they are T-shaped, but they are not. So I've seen some developers, they feel they are T-shaped developers, but they are not. So they know everything, but not in depth. So basically they are jack of many, but master of none. So you're still in that zone of full stack. And again, that's a very weird things going on nowadays. So in fact, I recently posted something on Facebook about, are you a full stack developer or a full stack developer? Because some people think they know things, but they don't know stuff. Okay, so what they do, they just go to Google, they understand Java, they understand JavaScript, they understand testing, and they try to merge it. Yes, it's a good start, but you can't call yourself as a full stack developer just because it's working, right? So make sure that you have that thing in your mind when you call yourself as a full stack developer or a T-shaped developer. So that's my suggestion. Don't just stick to I-shape, move towards T-shape, because that's the new industry standard now. So that's about T-shape. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section, and let me know if you are a developer, a full stack developer, or a full stack developer, or a T-shape developer, and your thoughts on that. So that's it, everyone. Bye-bye.